mean, guys, we're playing a game. We're having fun. Make sure your intent when you're playing this game is making sure the people you're interacting with are also having a good time. By all means, blow the shit out of them, right? Blow them up, take everything they've got, but don't be a dick. Hey, you might make more gold doing that, Michael. You got easy access, so don't be shy. All right, so that out of the way. Second thing, all these beautiful ships, the reason you're here tonight, they're all extremely delicate. So please, only pick up ships by their hull. Do not grab ships by their masts. And if you need help, just ask. Literally anyone can help, and we're happy to do so. If something's precarious, talk to someone about it, all right? Yes, sir.
One note, if you're pitching up your ship from here to there, make sure to try to communicate with the people. I had somebody whacking their elbow because I didn't.
Fantastic point, sir. So what the gentleman says is when you're moving between tables, talk to the people around and say, hey buddy, I'm gonna come across from here to here with my ship, just watch me real quick, right? So that he doesn't back up into you, right? And talk to people is gonna be the name of the game. While we're at it, let's talk about tables real quick. We're starting to get into a little bit of kind of some rules like these 3 huge tables here are all one big 24-foot square table. So when you sail off right here, this direction, you're gonna end up right here, right? Right on across as if they're touching. The reason they're not touching is we have fat people. I love my fat people.
Vertically challenged. Vertically challenged.
No. Horizontally wealthy. That's right, enhanced. So, now you may notice certain players sailing off other edges of the board. If you've not been briefed on what happens when you sail off the edge of the board, by all means do so and find out. But don't think that it's going to be good. All right? The rounds that we're going to have this evening, you're going to hear a bell, and then hopefully you're going to hear someone say something. It will be something like round 1, plotting. If you could, please echo that when it's said. So if you're standing over here next to the man at the table and he yells, round 1, phase 1, everyone that can hear that yell, round 1, phase 1. We'll all be on the same page then. A turn has 3 phases. The first one is a plotting phase. Everyone that has a ship sheet, on the reverse it's got a plotting sheet. During the plotting step, you're going to plot for the 2 phases, 1 and 2, of that turn. The plots are extremely simple in this game, and your governors and game masters will help you understand in a more in-depth way, but I'm going to give us a brief rundown right now. The only thing that needs to be plotted is a distance. Alright, there's an exception to every rule. The exception for almost everyone is going to be a port action. You've sailed into a port and you'd like to do some trading or whatever horrible things you're going ashore to find. The plot is port, P-O-R-T, right? And that's not, you're not moving that turn, you're hanging out at port and doing scallywag things. Other than that, it's just a number. Hey, how do you derive that number? On the other side, on your main ship sheet, you're going to have a number of distances under your sails. Scott, which way is our wind blowing from tonight?
It is blowing from in between the Dutch
North
colony
to south. From the north edge of the table to the south edge of the table, this wind is blowing. Now, this is a fantasy Age of Sail game, right? So there's some sailing mechanics. If you're a sailing ship and you're trying to sail into the wind, it's really gonna suck. And if you look on your ship sheet and you see irons, the column for irons, that's when you're sailing into the wind, right? You're gonna be moving very slowly. That number in irons is going to be the number of inches that you may maximum plot. During the plotting phase, it's your ship is in irons. So let's take this ship as an example here. Small ship, we're in the plotting phase. And his irons movement is 5. For both of his phase 1 and 2 plots, the maximum he can ride is 5. If he were, go ahead, Turner, 90, Turner for me there, 8. All right, so now we're gonna take our ship sheet, we're gonna orient the little blue piece of it with the wind. Yep, I see some people doing it, there we go. And then we see some other things on here. We see close, broad, and I can't read it, it's not running. You'll see close, broad, and running columns on everything else. You'll compare that, and what we're doing when we're talking about that is the prow of the ship, which direction is it pointing, right? And that'll dictate the maximum number of inches that you can plot. So at the end of the plotting phase, I just want to see a number or port. After plotting phase, you're going to hear a bell. It's going to say turn 1, round 1, and you're going to move. Movement, go ahead, Scott. Movement is extremely straightforward in this game. Everyone has what do we call this? We call these a yeah. Everyone has a yeah. The yeah is going to be, I'm shitting with you. It's a
No, it's just a turn marker.
turn marker. Place it at the 4 of your ship when the game starts. Just put it right there to begin with. Your life's going to be a lot easier. You may not turn at all until the hull of your ship, the rudder of your ship passes that marker. Once the rudder of your ship passes that marker, you may take a 45-degree turn in either direction. That's what this little guy's for. We place this at the rear of your ship, and we turn the ship as many as 45 degrees. After you've executed a turn, replace your steering marker at the 4 of your ship, and you may not turn again until you've passed that. So let's say that in a turn where you've plotted 60 inches as your movement, and your hull is 12 inches long, it's perfectly possible that you can turn 5 times. If your movement is 4 in a turn, you're not going to be turning 5 times. So in a given phase, we have movement. Then we move on to cannon fire and musket fire. And if we have time, or you just want to jump straight to the juicy bits, we've got grappling and boarding. For the purposes right here, right now, to not overload everyone with information, I'm going to briefly go over cannon fire. Point, shoot, indeed. Let's be reasonable about the arcs of fire on cannons, right? Look at your gun. Think about a 45-degree arc off either side. And if it could angle to that, it could fire. When you fire at another ship, you take a number of dice equal to the number of guns that you have that have line of sight to your target. And that's your attacking pool. Your defender is going to have a defense number up here in the center for their ship. Now, smaller ships are going to have a higher number because they're hard to hit and nimbly, right? Bigger ships are easier to hit. The fact that they're bigger is going to be more hit points, not more defense. Their pool is going to be the number of defense dice they have. Both pools are rolled separately. Roll all the attacking dice and all the defensive dice. For each number that is rolled in the defense pool, remove every die in the attacker's pool that has that number on it. So say I'm shooting at this guy right here, and he's defending on 2 dice, and he rolls a 2 and a 3. and I have 26 guns that I'm rolling at him. Roar! And I roll all 2s and 3s. He's defended every single shot. All of them are stopped. In the case where a number sneaks through, let's say that I rolled 5 4s. Give me the other sheet. We're going to look at our second sheet that we have on our clipboard. And on the side with the orange shit, about halfway down on the left, there's a tiny little chart. This chart tells you what that number you already rolled will hit. So in the case of a 4, what did I hit? Crew! Mark the number of dice that rolled a 4 off. On your crew dice, you got little pips. Those are your hit points. If you took 4 hits, mark 4 pips off. And then shoot his ass back. Alright? Now what I want everyone to do is go to your respective ports with your respective governors. Everything that I said that doesn't make sense, talk about it amongst yourselves. And in 5 minutes, we're going to start phase 1 clockwork. Thank you.